Hammer time.
7:43, we're back. It's Friday morning, looking nice down there in Stanley Park, looking towards downtown. Doesn't get much better than that view in the city. All right, doesn't get much better than Friday Hammers with Thor. We got two big ones we're talking about today, right?
No kidding. Yeah, one's at the ready for all you Harry Potter fans. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Eddie Redmayne takes the lead here. This is set 70 years before those other Harry Potter movies. In the
70.
We're going to the 20s in New York City, and Redmayne plays Newt Scamander, a writer visiting New York, and he's got a case full of fantastic beasts with him. Take a look.
Mr. Scamander. It was open?
Just a smidge.
Yes. Where is this man?
Just a smidge. There you go. And you know what? It really lives up to the title. There are at least a dozen various creatures, and I love the design of a lot of them. So much imagination that went into it. And you see, as evidenced in the clip there, the attention to the meticulous visual effects. I mean, without the digital trickery and all the post-production in these movies, they wouldn't just have that same sense of awe. And this one brings that to the forefront. You got a great cast here. Redmayne really sells the character well. There's some nice comic relief courtesy of Dan Fogler there, and Catherine Waterston is excellent as well. And Colin Farrell dipping his toes into the villain pool.
I was just thinking, is that Colin Farrell?
It is indeed. So you're not going to have that same magic of the other ones with all those characters that we love, because they're establishing, you know, a new direction for the franchise. So we have to sort of cover off some new elements. But I still thought it really tapped into what we love about the Harry Potter films, namely because David Yates is the director of this. He did the last 4 Potter films, so he has a strong command of this universe and this world. And you see it here. It's got gorgeous production design, just meticulous detail with the period costumes and things like that.
Now, part of the previous Harry Potter franchises, if I'm not mistaken, there was a bit of that like British kind of charm, that London kind of vibe, and now we're completely changing cities and venues and continents. Does it still work?
It does, yeah, because Redmayne is sort of a fish out of water as a British character from Hogwarts visiting New York. So I thought that was a great juxtaposition of the similar, you know, the setup we saw with the other movies, and the creatures are just, they are literally fantastic in this movie. So it takes it in some refreshing new directions and ensures the success of these movies for years to come. And keep in mind, there's going to be 5 of these prequels. Yeah, they've done a 5-picture deal, but they're off to a great start. If you're a huge fan of Harry Potter, I think you're going to be delighted with this one. I loved it.
And the verdict for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
It's got a couple of pacing issues and maybe one too many subplots, but still very magical. I'm going to go 4 out of 5.
Is it long?
It's just over 2 hours.
Okay, that's not bad. Depends. I don't like long movies that are not needed to be long movies.
Fair
I don't
enough.
have time for that.
All right.
Okay, next, we're talking Loving.
Yeah, we'll switch gears completely. And this is a true story based on Richard and Mildred Loving, an interracial couple who lived in Virginia in the late 50s when it was actually illegal in that state to have interracial marriage. They went out of state to make it official. When they came back, they were arrested and then began a 9-year civil rights fight for them to simply live as a family in their own state. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. This is from director Jeff Nichols, who is one of the finest American contemporary writer-directors right now. He had Midnight Special earlier this year, Mud, and Take Shelter. And this stars Joel Edgerton and Ruth Negga in what's sure to be Oscar-nominated roles. And it really examines the beauty of their relationship and the emotions involved. It doesn't sort of go for those big bombastic civil rights rallies or the tense courtroom drama, so it avoided a lot of cliches and was kind of restrained to a fault, but it examined their relationship in such a wonderful way, I thought.
Okay, and it works as a true story. You said it looks like the plot here is a real one.
Well, and I mean, so timely given all the prejudice going on right now and all the sort of individual rights and freedoms that are getting trampled on. And I just can't think of a better story to you know, look at all the different similarities between what was happening decades ago and what's going on right now. So I expect big things for these two when it comes to Oscar season. And Jeff Nichols, he is a director to watch. Once again, another incredible home run here. One of the best family dramas of the year. I'm going to go 4 out of 5.
Woo!
Yeah. We're on a roll, people.
4 out of 5. That was a pretty epic edition of Hammers today.
It is a great time of year for movies right now. For the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a lot of critically acclaimed films.
Well, that's a good weekend to go to the theater as well, right?
You got it.